All right, here we go. Maino,
Yeah.
welcome back to Vlad TV.
What's happening?
Well, today, the new diss song dropped, The Algorithm.
I wouldn't say it's a diss song.
Come on.
It's not. Who got diss? Who got diss?
Come on, man.
Did you really listen though?
I listened to it.
I think it was a clever way of playing on words, on playing on what it is. I think it was it really is the message behind it. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I was one of the guys that, you know, when that YouTube thing started to take off, I was one of the guys that they was constantly going at, you know? From the Hassan Campbells to the, 050, like I was one of the guys that they was constantly going at. Then I got to the point I was like, I couldn't understand it in the beginning because I wasn't used to niggas talking like that to me or about me, right? So the first thing, we was trying to understand, like, why, like, how is these niggas going at me that never met me, never been in a room with me, never had no real problem with me? I couldn't understand it for a long time. Now I get it. Now I understand that this is the temperature of the game when it comes to that. So I think I found a clever way of getting the message across. Like when I say shit like they disrespect and it says content, that's a real thing because there's a thin line between disrespect and content. You know what I mean? You get on the line and you say deplorable things about me, and then you say it's content, and I'm like, nigga, this ain't content to me. You understand? So I don't really look at it so much as a diss song. I think I sent a few shots. I think a couple of people got caught in that, but it is what it is. Look how many times niggas in, what you gonna play? Let me hear it.
Well, no, I'm not gonna play anything.
Oh,
but you saying, I don't understand how all these people talking about me, they don't know me. When you came out with the song Rumors, where you talked about a whole bunch of people that you had never met.
Listen. I talk about the rumors in the game. Think about what you're saying. That's different than a nigga going on his platform to call me a snitch without no evidence about that. What we talking about? How's that the same?
Okay, I mean, you started out with the song, I heard this Suge Smack Game.
That's what I heard. That was a rumor.
Right, but you are still like taking a shot at someone by saying that. I know Game. Game did not take that very well, I'm sure, right? Come on.
I get that. But at the end of the day,
and then a whole bunch of other people, you mentioned along the way.
But you comparing, I mean, it's similar, and I think whereas you taking things that were said on a record and what I creatively made about the rumors in the industry, and you comparing that to a nigga that never met me, disrespecting me.
But you're disrespecting people in this song.
No, nigga, hell no. No, that's
Maino,
not
I love you, Maino, but come on, man.
But listen to what I'm saying, Vlad. If a man is saying things about you that is absolutely untrue, that's not disrespect to you?
You don't know this Suge Smack Game. That's just one of the things
But I said I heard.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does
You're still putting
matter.
it out there.
Yo, Vlad, we can argue all day up and down from here to the fucking moon. That you're not gonna make me believe that that's the same thing.
Okay.
You're not gonna make me believe that's the same thing when a nigga go on his platform and tell me to suck his dick. Like, come on, man, what we talking about?
Okay, so if I made a tweet and I said,
don't put yourself in it. No, I'm not allowing you to do this today. You keep putting yourself into these interviews. We're not doing this. This don't have nothing to do with you. Because first of all, you don't even run your page like that. I'm specifically talking about the guys who run their pages off of, disrespect. I'm talking about the guys who run the pages off of things that haven't been found to be true. So this is why I say it don't matter if it's lies, as long as their page is monetized, right? Because on the internet, only the strong survive. I get it now, right? I take it less personal as I used to take it from before, right? Because, like I said, I was never used to a nigga talking that way about me, or even having that kind of energy toward me. So I don't think the song is so much of a diss, but more or less about the messaging in it. You know what I'm saying? Because who you think really got dissed in there?
I guess I took it overall as a diss.
Right.
I mean, you have that one line, 50 tried to use that N-word Max as a pawn, causing more division in the city, got
That's
stoned.
a fact. You think he playing chess? You think that he didn't know what he was doing? That was a chess move. Everybody gives 50 the credit for being this thinker, right? This chess move. So he understands the temperature between Max and Jim Jones. Mm-hmm. You don't think that like, come on, and look at what I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing wrong, because all I do is cause more division in the city. That's just causing more division, because now it's looking like Max co-signed it, right? Which he
did.
Right.
If you're on the song, you're co-signing it.
Right.
If you're doing
but the
hook,
song, hold on, relax. First of all, relax.
Okay.
The song had already been done. Did you know that?
Which song?
That song.
The 50 song?
It's not a 50 song, it's a Max B song.
Oh.
See, this is why I said he was trying to use him as a pawn, because that song was already done.
Huh, okay, I didn't know
That's
that.
the first song he dropped when he came home.
Oh, with the same NWA
everything.
beat? Okay, got it. Okay, I didn't realize that.
50 got on it later on.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh.
Now that changes things now.
But Max probably said that was okay.
Right, but I highly doubt that he knew that 50 was gonna go in that direction. Because it's not going with, you know why I say that? Because it's not going along with his energy. He just did, that man just gave back 75 years. I don't think he out
He's
here.
not dissing Jim Jones anymore, yeah.
Right, I don't think he out here promoting, trying to have problems with niggas. I highly doubt that.
You're right.
So that was a move on his part. It just causes more division. Think about what I'm saying. If I go shoot at a nigga around the corner and I run next to you and I don't tell nobody, and I ain't tell you I just shot at these niggas, and we get in your car, now you riding with me.
Yeah, but in my point of view, I don't feel like it causes division, because like hip hop rap battles started in New York. It's inherent in the fabric of what we have here.
I'm saying it's causing more division between people that already are at odds.
Okay.
All right. True. So if we trying to get to a space where cooler heads is prevailing, we all getting older, we all got families, and we trying to get money, and we all here trying to, say, you know what, put things to the past, that don't help.
Yeah.
So now, when you do that, right? When you say, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this verse on this, put Matt, and then you know what I'm saying, and go at these niggas. And now it's like, now what we supposed to do? Now we supposed to go diss Max B now, right? So if I was like
unless you realize sort of what it is,
that's
which is the way you explained it to me,
exactly.
Which most people
that's
may
my
not have
point.
realized.
If I wasn't a thinker myself,
and it was an AI video, so he puts them in the video.
Right. If I wasn't a thinker myself, then what? If I was just like more of a hothead, then it's just then I'm firing at whoever was in the video, right? Mm-hmm. So this is why I said he tried to use Max as a pawn, causing more division for the city, got us torn.
Well, you mentioned me in the song.
Yeah.
You said, "As Vlad live on Gates."
Live on Gates. You've been on Gates.
Yeah, you're talking about the interview.
100%.
Right, but I remember that you were inside the house and we never actually went outside, and you were worried about some dudes outside. You kept looking out the window.
No, you don't. Cat. Who you going? Yeah.
I'm joking. We were totally outside. We were outside.
We was outside the whole day.
The whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
The interview is still up.
The interview's still up.
Yeah.
That's AI, but no, the video's still up.
Fucking asshole.
Nah. We were outside. I was holding the camera.
Right.
We were riding around. Your man, approached us. He had just gotten shot or stabbed or something. It was, the whole hustle hard. It was like a basketball game or something.
Yeah, it was basketball. Yeah, we went
the two. And I'm not going to say, but someone came in wearing a T-shirt that was from another crew, and I remember you checked that. I'm not going to say who's wearing the T-shirt because I'm not trying to cause all types of new problems. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm not going to put it out there, but we all remember that day. Yeah, man, listen, I've always had love for you because I feel like we're in the same freshman class. Yeah. In a way. Like we both started around the same time. We both came up brick by brick to where we are right now. So 100%. I've always had love with you, man. Yeah. But I thought it was a great song. I actually feel like out of all the records they came out during the time, I kind of feel like this is one of the stronger ones.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the way you put the beat together, the way you layered the vocals
and I'm telling
everything.
My story. I'm telling like where I was and who I am at the time, and then how I'm affected by certain things that's going on the internet, because I don't think nobody want to wake up every day and see his name in shit, right? Regardless to what. I don't think, like, from the perspective of the nigga that's being talked about, especially about things that are not even true, right? Things that haven't happened, things that are make-believe, things that are shit that you heard another nigga said that didn't like me, so now you repeating it, and then somebody else that don't like me is repeating the same thing. So I don't think nobody wanna go through that. But what I did do, I said, you know what? These guys is here to stay, right? This level of media now, right? I just used to tell them like, yo, look, if you wanna say things, do your homework on some shit. Like, if you wanna report on some shit, do your homework, get the facts, right? But as far as the song, I feel like I could have went on some dissing shit, like straight up, when I see you, this, that, but that wasn't my energy. I just felt like it was more about the message. And let me take the names and come up with creative ways to play with the names. I'm 10 toes down. Matter of fact, I zip niggas up. Let's get to that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you get it at the same time, you know what I mean? I dropped school, I wasn't good with academics. I could have disrespected them, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I liked how you mentioned all the major kind of platforms. And then you actually, there's a cover and we'll show that. And you have pictures of all of them, including my logo and everything else like that. I thought it was clever, man.
Right.
I thought it was clever. And to me, being a lyricist, you know, these days people have their own version of it, but to me, it's someone that could say something that you go, oh, wow, I wouldn't have thought to say that myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
exceptional.
Niggas always not gave me my credit. Niggas always underestimated me and I've always been the underestimated one. Niggas never gave me my credit for being anything. You understand? When it comes to dressing, when it comes to music, you understand? You got niggas that actually really get on the internet and argue that I don't have no hits.
No, you got hits.
Yeah, like just.
Oh, you have hits. All the above.
But it don't even matter, right? We don't got to go into anything.
Haters.
But my point is, I've always felt like I was a slept-on artist. I always felt like I was a slept-on artist with something to talk about. Like, my story is real, what I was given. You know, nigga, you comparing me to who? Don't compare me to nobody else. Compare me to me.
Well, not everyone remembers this, but 50 actually helped you out back in the day.
Yeah, and,
right?
I gave him his credit, and it's 30 interviews of me talking about that.
Including this one, right? So
yeah, but
you guys don't have like, kind of like an inherent beef, a long-term beef
we don't
or whatever
have no
else.
beef.
I always thought there was a mutual respect.
Here, listen, this is why I'm so befuddled with the whole issue as it pertains to him, because if you go back and look at any interview where his name came up, I always gave him his flowers. I always gave him his credit, always gave him the grace and the respect because of what he done for me. I was going to sign to Atlantic anyway, but it was like taking long, and he made that call,
he helped
and
out.
it got done, right? Drink Champs, even after the beef started, I went on Drink Champs and still said that, right? So when he go do his little diss or whatever, and says, oh, Bar ripped him. Oh.
Wait. Which line are you talking about?
Yes, it's everybody didn't catch the line. So you see this shot where he says.
At the barbershop.
Yeah.
That's where your face got cut.
Yeah, but
that's what he's trying to reference. Yeah.
But he referenced that, but he also referenced the guy's name.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah.
Bar?
Yeah.
Oh.
He referenced his name. So now I'm thinking, okay, now this is personal. Now you talking street shit. And now you saying it, I don't know why niggas is saying it as if it was like a strike against my character, because it's not. We cut each other, okay?
Yeah, you cut him first, he cut you second.
I cut him first, he cut me back.
Yeah.
I cut many guys, all right? It is what it is.
How many guys did you cut?
A plethora.
Okay.
All right? And everybody knows this. But on the internet, they like to just focus on that because of this. No problem, right? So now when he does that, I'm saying, oh, he going to like street shit. And this is why now I gave him his credit. I can't give him to him no more.
Well, from my point of view, seeing the way 50 operates, me and him have talked, but we don't have like a close relationship like I do with Yayo, right? So I'm not gonna speak into his head, but from my point of view, this reminds me of when Ja Rule dropped the New York record, which was kind of his comeback record during that time, and Jadakiss and Fat Joe were on that record. Suddenly, 50's going to Jada and Fat Joe,
right?
Not because he has beef with them, but because he's standing next to someone he has beef with.
Okay.
They're standing next to someone that he has beef with. So I feel like in this situation, this is where you landed.
Who
50 don't have beef directly with Maino, but since Maino was with these dudes,
who you got beef with?
Jim Jones.
Who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is he?
What do you mean?
Who the fuck is he?
50? But I'm saying this is how he operates. We've seen this before.
So what?
Okay.
So
I'm not
what?
saying you should understand it.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying that's what I think it is.
Listen, if a nigga got a problem, I don't owe no nigga nothing as far as it comes to any level of loyalty, because as far as I knew, that they little back and forth ain't nothing real. That was nothing, because I remember them cool, and they had a little workout, little banter. And that's all. This started from like a post in 2020. See, I remember them going back and forth on Instagram about working out. And then one day, Capo put up a picture of Mel Murda, and I liked it. I didn't read the caption. It was Mel Murda. He from Bed-Stuy. I liked it. He locked up. I liked it. I'm saluting. 50 takes the picture of the post. This is what I'm saying. He's so sensitive, right? He take a picture of that post, of me liking it, and says, yeah, I helped this guy before, and I guess he forgot, you got to watch people and all that. And I was like, what? I was confused. I didn't understand. So I went back, and then I read the caption. I said, oh shit, these niggas going back and forth. So that I goes and puts up the post and say, yo, you overthinking, bruh. Like I could never forget about what you talking about. I can never forget about that. And I left it like that. And I don't think we ever really was the same. And this is a nigga that I felt like we had a decent a relationship, right? I respect him on his impact in the game, him being an artist that has impacted the game, even his business sense or whatever, right? And definitely respected what he done. But I never knew nothing gangster about him. I didn't ever have that respect for him, and I think that maybe because I was showing so much grace and giving him his flowers for so long, I think that kind of got devalued, and maybe thought that. Did you think that I had extra respect on some gangster shit? Because I never did. I never believed that. I had no reason to.
Well. Meaning what exactly? Meaning that you don't think that he did gangster activities at various points throughout his life?
No, I don't know. I have no way of knowing that. Well, and I don't want to make this whole interview about him, but listen, let me say this. I think he capitalized on a moment. It benefited him. What happened to him? I think two things that happened to him was probably the greatest things that ever happened. And one of those things was the fact that he got shot. Now, the fact that he got shot, well, they say it was 5 times, really, he lied and not, whatever, right? All right. That justified him wearing a vest, pictures with guns. It justified the imagery. It gave it a storyline. Oh, all these old niggas trying to kill me. Oh man, everybody trying to kill me. There's a sense of danger. And then him signing Eminem amplified that. So now you got that storyline. Then you got that machine. That was the perfect ingredients for success. We saluted it. We loved it. There was the underdog that came up. We was all with it, right? Anything gangster, I don't know nothing about that.
Well, I mean, he was also a great songwriter.
The music was great.
Music was there. Music was definitely there.
We can't take nothing. Listen, I'm not taking nothing from no nigga that deserved what he deserved, but I'm not gonna give extra.
Right. Well, but here's the thing, right? And this is something that really can't be disputed. And I watched this from the outside looking in. Jada had real serious street beef with a lot of very serious guys.
Who?
Jimmy Henchman.
They got spanked. Nigga, are you crazy? They got spanked. What is wrong with you?
What do you mean they got spanked?
Yo, Vlad, please, trust me when I'm telling you this. I don't really want to go into all this, but They got spanked. What is wrong with you? Jimmy had his way. People died. What are you talking about?
Jimmy had his way?
What are you talking about?
I mean, Yayo's house got shot up over that situation. I understand that. But ultimately...
Think about what you're saying and think about what happened.
Meaning what? That Jimmy's doing double life?
Listen, in that situation, that situation, they wasn't a victor in that situation, brother.
Right.
Okay, so it...
But I feel like these guys stood their ground.
Who stood what ground?
I think G-Unit stood their ground.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Okay.
And it's easy to go for with the folklore. What else? Who else?
World?
You don't even know World. World is my childhood friend. Okay. Listen, this is things... He wasn't
They didn't have beef with World?
Listen, that wasn't no...
The shooting that happened after Hot 97?
Yo, listen, this is when I don't even want to get into it.
Okay.
One incident happened, right? You think you really into it with somebody with one incident?
Suge Knight?
Yo, bro,
the stabbing incident at the Vibe Awards?
Yo, listen, look, all I'm saying is I don't have no reason to believe the extra gangster shit. You believe whatever you want to believe. I ain't here to tell you.
But we're talking about actual incidents. We saw the video at the Vibe Awards, right?
What happened at the Vibe Awards?
The guy that attacked them and ended up getting stabbed.
Attacked who?
Attacked Dr. Dre.
Who was with them? What they had that? Yo, bro.
They were there with Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, leave me.
They were signed to Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, listen to me. I'm not gonna debate you on another man. I'm speaking from my perspective. And it is what it is. Like, I don't have no reason to believe nothing extra. Those incidents that you talking about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People lost a lot. Like, look, it don't even matter to me, right? Look, like I said, you believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. I know truth. I think it's all a character act, whatever, man.
It is what it is. If you and 50 got on the phone today, you think you could have a civilized...
I don't see why not.
Yeah, civilized conversation.
I don't, listen,
which is something I hope for, by the way.
It don't even matter to me, though. But the thing is this, though. I don't care to do it because I don't want a nigga to confuse anything because you already said things that I feel like now I need to stand on. Oh, you don't want to smoke, you want to be cool. I don't, who the fuck?
Wait, who said that?
This is what he said. He said, I want to be cool. Listen, yo, we from the same age bracket, my nigga. I've been outside a long time, a very long time. Mm-hmm. All right, and it is what it is, Vlad. I don't even want to make all this about him. But like I said, I respect him as a businessman, what he done in the game, his impact, whatever. And I respect what he done for me, but anything other than that, I'm not buying none of that. I have no reason to buy it.
Well, I had Uncle Murda on my show recently.
Yep.
And the two of you were cool at one point.
Absolutely.
Right. You guys have projects together?
We have the yellow tape together.
Exactly.
That's my dog. But even before the yellow tape, we was coming up together. Just, you know, Uncle Murda, Maino, we was just in that time frame right there. Yeah.
Well, I had him on my show, and I mentioned, you know, that you guys did projects. And I'm like, where's the relationship at now? And he goes, well, I'm with 50, he's with Jim Jones.
Right.
Yeah, Maino, I heard what Maino said in a couple of interviews and all that. Like, me and Maino started this kind of our careers together. So it was always going to be love with me and Maino. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the fact that you're with 50 and 50's kind of beefing with that whole podcast, in a way, does that make it weird for you?
I mean, of course, you know, that's life, and that's how it should be. But I'm with Fifth, he with Jim Jones, and that's just how it is right now.
I'm not with nothing. I'm with myself. I have a relationship with Jim Jones, Fab, Babies, and a couple others. We got a podcast together. We got we got a friendship. But we just haven't spoken. You know what I mean? And I just think maybe because of what's going on, from his standpoint, it'll probably be a lot more uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Because 50 is the kind of guy that wants like a certain level of loyalty, whereas it's like you can't be congregating with niggas that he don't fuck with. Right. And now that I've become put on that list, so it just probably is an uncomfortable thing. It's sad because we had a great relationship, but that, you know what I mean? Other than that, but it's definitely not nothing because you know, the relationship that we had, like if we seen each other, it's like you know what I mean? Like we got years, you know, working together, being around each other. So it's just, you know, relationships get redefined every day, you know, and I just think that.
That's a great phrase right there.
Yeah,
Relationships get redefined every day. I never thought about it, but that's so true.
They get redefined. And I think that ours, without even saying, it's a lot of people around him that I had a great relationship with that we don't really speak. You know what I mean? There's guys that's on his team that, yeah, we were really cool. Come to my house, all kinds of shit. I go to like really like had a good relationship with, but I just think that, you know, because of the energy that he gives off when it comes to people that he don't fuck with, you know, I don't think people, you know, feel at liberty to go and tell him, yeah, man, you know, man, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think, you know, he got like a level of success that's intimidating for a lot of people.
True.
Right? Like this guy has impacted the game in a way where he got fans, you know, that because the fans is tearing me up. Oh, man, oh, you ain't happy with 50. 50's a gangster. All you talking about, you ain't shit. So I get it. Like, so it's intimidating for a lot of people. I think he the greatest to do what he's done. You know what I mean? As far as like, you know, masterminding a character and pushing it to the point where he understands that this shit is WWE. He understands that most rappers is tough, is soft, right? So now, like, all you got to do is just be tougher than them. Like, and you know, you got the imagery, the look. You know what I mean? You got enough shit that happened around you to kind of sell that, and I think it was sold, and it was sold wonderfully. But I think he knows how to behave, though. He absolutely does know how to behave because he know how to, you know, maneuver in those rooms the right way. And any nigga that been in shock program, any nigga that had a bid and took the shock program, oh, he definitely knows how to behave.
What is the shock program?
That's when he instead of doing your bid, you know, he said I had a 3 to 9, you know, I mean, you know, but instead of doing his bid, he went to the 6-month shock, and it's like a boot camp.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he went boot camp. So any nigga that could do that, he know how to behave. He ain't crazy.
What'd you think about the whole Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo, Ja Rule plane situation?
Yeah, I don't know. That was, yeah. I don't know, man. That was. See, the thing about that was that 50 Cent and Ja Rule been on a plane before.
Yeah, I mean, I actually interviewed Ja Rule, and he talked about that incident. He
So
said
why-
he saw him, he went to sleep, and that was that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So what I didn't understand what the issue kind of really was. I don't really know. I seen Yayo saying something, but I don't know what the real issue was. If him and the main guy already been on a plane together, nothing happened. Because like I said, 50 ain't crazy to the point where he gonna fuck up the money.
Right.
Right? He's not going to fuck up the money. He's told me things that make me, don't fuck the money up, nigga. All right? So he knows he's not about to act out and while you in certain instances. So I don't know why it got to that. So when Yayo say, oh, he lucky 50 wasn't there. But 50 already seen him on the plane, so nothing happened. Like, I don't.
Well, here's the thing. Like, me and Yayo have a good relationship these days. He's been on my podcast a million times. Now he has his own podcast and so forth. And that's my man. And the thing about Yayo, you know, everyone has a superpower, right? Yayo's superpower is his loyalty.
Yeah, as he should be.
He is the most loyal person I've ever met. Like, period.
As he should be. As he should be.
Like now that me and him rock, like I see the way that he talks to me and the way he does things for me. It's like, oh, okay, this dude's just really just loyal. You know what I'm saying? So I think in Yayo's point of view, because look, like you've seen in the past, like Young Buck, you know, became cool with Game after they had an argument. After him and 50 had an argument, and then Yayo said, listen, I don't care where me and 50 are. That day, that year, I'm not going to start taking pictures with his ops and stuff like that. So I think in that situation,
I agree with that.
He saw 50's main op, and I think in his eyes, he felt like if I don't say anything, that might affect, you know, the way 50 might look at me in terms of my overall loyalty.
But the problem,
that's what I think.
No, I get it.
But I don't know what's in his head, but that's the way I interpret it.
I can't speak for no man, but the problem with that is that you already on a plane. If you saying things, then you got to commit to it, right? So like, if I see somebody I got a problem with or had a problem with, and I don't address the situation in a violent manner, it's because I'm not committing to that, right? So I'm
like Troy Ave.
He had the baby in the hand and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So and I don't want no problems with him. I don't want no problems with him.
You'll go to the police.
I don't want no smoke with him. I seen him say something the other day. I don't want no smoke. Tell him, look, I don't want no problems with that man.
Right.
He is stronger than me, for real. So the thing is, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm getting to a place in my life. I don't really want all this back and forth. Like I'm tired of that shit, bro. Like really, like nigga be like, yo, you right in the middle of this shit. Like, and I'm like, I ain't really for that, man. I really love and wish that the whole New York, and I said up here before, I wish we all could be in a room together and really figure out plays and get money together and do things together. I wish we all, because ain't none of this shit no real issues. Nobody got no real problem. Ain't nobody got shot. Nobody got hurt. Nobody took nothing from nobody. So I wish we all could, you know, whatever. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, I had Uncle Murda on my show recently, and I told him straight up, in the seat you're sitting in now, I said, you were the main instigator of that situation. From my point of view. Because the way Yayo described it to me was like Ja Rule showed up on the plane, he saw them, and they were sitting directly behind him, which was not a good situation, right?
They were sitting behind
Ja Rule.
Okay.
But they were seated first.
Yeah.
Then Ja Rule came in and suddenly realized that these two guys are sitting behind him. So according to Yayo, Ja Rule was like, yo, man, we good? And then Uncle Murda, being Uncle Murda, was like, man, don't fucking talk to me. Shut the fuck up. Or something like that, which started to escalate shit. And we both know Uncle Murda. So we're not surprised this is happening, right? And I'm like, yo, you were the main instigator of this. He's like, no, it's not like that. I'm like, yes, you were. Yes, you were. Because I felt like if Uncle Murda just remained quiet the whole time, Yayo may not have said something, and they could have potentially taken that flight cross country. But Uncle Murda, being Uncle Murda, was Uncle Murdering that day.
Uncle Murdering.
And am I right though? Am I right?
I guess, yeah, man. I mean, look.
You know the guy.
Absolutely. So,
yes.
I mean, you know, shit happens. I get it. And when you're in the heat of the moment, you know what I mean? I seen a lot of people question whether Murda should have, you know, been involved in that because he wasn't around for that and he had nothing to do with that. I get it, you know what I mean? But, you know, when you with somebody now, and I guess you felt like, you know, we talked about loyalty, and you know, I get it, man, you know.
Well, I mean, think about it though. Like, think about the opportunity that Uncle Murda has being with 50, which is incredible, because think about it, he took the place of other G Unit members, original G Unit members that had gotten into problems with 50. And the fact that he's like one of the two main hype men for international tours, like think about it, like we don't know where you know Uncle Murda's career would be right now if 50 didn't step in. Maybe he'd be a huge superstar, but you know how it is.
It's rough
we don't know.
to be out here on, listen, it's hard.
Or it could have been really bad. Like we don't know.
It's one of the hardest things out here to do is to be out here on your own.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, especially as a rapper who's getting into his 40s and everything else like that. Yeah.
Me having the close working relationship with him, I know, you know, what it was. You know, it's rough. You know what I'm saying? Especially being around here, trying to get the DJs to play your record and this and that, going to the clubs. So it starts to feel like a circle that you're going in and it's not changing, it's not getting better. So when 50 shit started, I was like, yeah, go. You know what I'm saying? It was like right in the midst of us supposedly doing like another yellow tape. You know what I mean? So, but it took off and then he went and did his thing. So it was all good.
Well, he said something interesting in our interview because we were talking about, you know, the 50 T.I. beef. And he said that New York doesn't respect snitches and Crime Stoppers like Atlanta does with a T.I.
I don't know. Vlad, I don't know nothing about none of that, Vlad.
Well, let me ask you a question. If a known major New York rapper did a Crime Stoppers commercial, would they still be turned around and have the type of career T.I. continued to have afterwards?
What was the commercial?
You've never seen the Crime Stoppers commercial?
What was the commercial?
How about if I just show it to you real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIP. Channel 2, community coverage you can count.
So what okay, so you saying he was snitching on that?
He did a commercial
Is
for
that
Crime
snitching?
Stoppers,
Right.
offering rewards
Okay,
for
so
people who
listen,
cooperate.
let me give you a little bit of game. First of all, I believe that was around the time when he had the charges or whatever,
Yeah,
and I
that
think
was part of his plea deal.
Part of
Yes.
right. So
I get that.
That was part of the plea thing for him to do something community based with the thing. And then one of the key components of what I'm just listening to it just now because I ain't seen it in a while. He said crimes against, our sisters or mothers. He talking about crimes against regular people, everyday people, right? We always supposed to protect them. What difference is that than the show that 50 got called 50 Ways to Catch a Killer?
I haven't watched
Catch and Kill. But fuck whether you watch it or not, nigga. I'm saying, what's the difference?
Doing a commercial offering an actual
50
monetary...
Ways to Catch a Killer. What's the difference?
I haven't watched the show, so I can't comment on it. I honestly can't
He's
comment.
catching killers.
Okay.
They catching killers.
So did they catch a killer on the show?
Yes, they catching killers. It's like a true crime thing. Like they catching the information that leads to the rest of the killer.
Okay, I haven't watched
So
it.
what's the difference?
I haven't watched it. So I can't really comment on a show I haven't watched, right? That's all I'm saying. So I cannot comment on it. I can't agree or disagree with you. But a lot of people were upset over that.
I remember that.
I remember my son. I remember
that.
like when we were in Atlanta, I think with like Lil Duval, and we were having a debate. Well, my son and Duval were having a debate about
Right.
this. And my son was like, yo, he's saying turn people in and get a reward. Like, how is this not snitching? Like from a my son point of view.
I get it. And this is.
Would you do a commercial like that for a plea deal?
For what?
A plea deal.
See,
Plea
it's
deal.
always what you would do when you're not in it, right?
You
It's
may
just
know
like,
being who you
right,
are.
Right. I know who I am.
They catch you with a bunch of guns,
Right.
right? This is a situation that could have happened at some point
That
in your
is a
life.
very slippery slope.
Very
Vlad.
slippery.
And the thing what I want you to understand is that I'm focused on the component of the civilian aspect of it, right? So are we supposed to, it's the civilian thing, right? So it's like the mothers, the sisters, right? I think, because it's not like he's talking about specific people, right? He's not,
Well, no, but when I heard it, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, there's someone selling drugs in front of my house. I'm going to call this number and get a reward.
no, I don't think that.
You don't think that's it?
I
You don't think that's part of it?
It's like somebody's fucking snatching that hard-working lady's pocketbook, that type of crime.
But he's not going into specific. He just says crimes. If you see a crime, call this number and you'll get a reward. I think the reward part is what kind of stung a little bit, right?
So what's the point, though? I get it, and I think that was part of his plea deal.
Yes.
I'm not making no excuses for it, because before they start tearing me up about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I get the reason why it was made. But again, is that snitching? Is that anything different than 50 Ways to Catch a Killer? Like, what's...
I don't know, man. Listen, like I said, I haven't watched that show, but if you did a commercial like that...
I don't put myself in the thing. See, that's the thing, Vlad. I don't always put me in it, because everybody sees the world from their perspective. I don't want to put me and say what I would have done or what you would have done. It ain't me. Like, it's not me, bro.
Well, I think what Murda was saying in a certain way was like, for example, you look at Tekashi, right? Tekashi cooperated, took the stand on a lot of people in New York, right? Mm-hmm. Various New York figures, Shoddy, Mel Murda,
right?
All the Trey, the Trey guys, right? He pretty much no longer had a rap career in New York after that. Mm-hmm. He went and did Spanish music. Mm-hmm. He moved to Florida. Mm-hmm. He started doing other shit. He's now streaming. He's doing other shit. He's figured out a way to make it work, right? Because New York was fucking with him heavy. 50 was doing songs with him. Mm-hmm. I mean, who else? I feel like Nicki Minaj did songs with him. Like a lot of major New York rappers was rocking heavy.
Yes.
Kanye, not a New York rapper, but still, like everyone was doing songs with him. And after that happened, New York and specifically turned their back on him.
But whereas that's not the same thing.
Whereas you look at it, for example, like a Gunna, you could say it's snitching, it's not snitching. Some people consider it, some people don't. Young Thug considered it that. He went on to have an incredible career after that, an even better career than before. And Atlanta continued to embrace him.
I think he had a lot of trouble with his counterparts or people that was in his immediate
the
social
thugs,
circle.
The little babies,
But the thing is this. If that guy 6ix9ine had like real dope music, the people that love him already love him already. So I think that he could have stood a chance. Was the music good?
Well, he still has tons of streams. He still has he put out songs that continue to react. But what I'm saying is that New York in particular, all the major artists stopped working with him completely.
But you comparing him to who though? Because that man got on the stand and did this.
T.I.
Listen,
T.I. got on the stand.
No, T.I. Yo, see, this is what I can't stand about you.
A separate situation. Remember when his friend got killed?
Yo, listen, won't you go look at the whole footage instead of a clip? Or they brought him on to just explain the night or what happened. He didn't point the nigga out.
Okay, I don't remember the specifics.
I know you don't, cause like he didn't listen. He got subpoenaed to come and testify, but he didn't get up on the stand and say this nigga did it.
When you talk about subpoenas, this becomes a very slippery slope.
Why?
Right? For example, this comes close to you because of your relationships.
Whoa.
The Lil C's, Lil Kim situation.
Right.
Right? And I know C's. I don't know Kim, but I do know C's to a certain degree. And, he explained it like he was forced to take the stand. He got subpoenaed. They already had the phone records. Basically, from C's point of view, like Lil Kim lied about knowing all these guys that were involved in that shootout.
Right.
And they tried to prove that she was lying, which she was.
Right.
And he was forced to take the stand and say, yes, I know Lil Kim. Yes, Lil Kim knows these guys. They already had phone records and everything else like that. Phone calls recorded, pictures of Kim with these guys and everything else like that. But yet, people considered him a snitch.
Right.
Didn't you have an altercation?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day because you were cool with Kim.
I was.
You were one of the guys pushing this line.
Definitely.
Right?
The Lil C shit.
Yeah, like that was just, it was just too much.
But did he get slapped or did he get punched?
No, that was ass beating to the fifth degree.
But if you look at it at a different point of view, in the same way, like, well, what was he supposed to do? Go to jail?
But here's
over Lil Kim lying?
Here's the thing though, and go back and look at that footage, and see if T.I.'s saying somebody did something, if he's identifying somebody to do something, or he's merely explaining the events of the night.
I get it, but when you talk to like certain types of people,
I don't give a fuck who you talk to.
Certain people say,
I don't care.
I'd rather go to jail than take the stand. Send me to jail for 30 days. Fuck this stand.
Everybody listen, let me give you some game real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody say what they gonna do and who they are until it's time to do it. Every nigga is a real nigga until it's time to prove it.
Yeah.
How many of these niggas really been in the courtroom and them people were saying, you facing 25 to life? You don't know what you are until you actually challenge until you in a courtroom and things is get real dark. So whenever you get time, right, and you can call me whenever, look at the whole footage and tell me if you've seen him doing like this, he did this and he did that. That ain't comparable to what 6ix9ine did. 6ix9ine said this guy did this dude did that. That's something totally different. You know, when you're in trials, they have witnesses that come in and because they're trying to build the night out. So
I get it. I've been to trials.
All right then. So what are we talking about?
Listen, depending on how you look at it, people are going to frame it a certain type of way.
We ain't talking
you can
about
go
people.
into the details and you could say, well, you know, you could even say Gunna never cooperated because he didn't send anyone to jail.
Right.
You know, I remember his lawyer used to call me constantly and was like, Gunna is not cooperating. I set up the deal in a certain type of way that no matter what happens, he's not going to take the stand against anyone, and his statements are not hurting anybody in the process.
See, that's the difference in what Thug and I'm saying and what I always was saying, and I don't know, but what he copped out to is a direct, that's a direct difference in what Thug and him is saying. So he's saying YSL's a gang. He's saying he witnessed crime.
Yeah.
They saying, we not a gang. So it's contrary to what they saying, what the defense is saying. So that's the problem.
No, I get it.
And I really believe that Gunna's intent wasn't, like, I think that the lawyer came to him with that and told him, yeah, just what he told you, yo, you ain't got to testify on this, ain't snitching and this and that. And he did that in good faith, thinking he was doing the right thing. That's what I believe.
Until the judge asked him certain questions that he wasn't ready for.
So he did what I think he did, what he thought, what the lawyer was telling him to do, and I think they told him, like, yo, you're not gonna be called as a witness, you're not testifying on nobody, you're good. This is not snitching. You're just agreeing to what they saying. And I think out of him not knowing, because I don't think his intent was to tell on the nigga. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But again, you don't know who you are until you face with those situations.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's a real nigga. Everybody's a real nigga on record, on video, right? On Instagram, on YouTube. Everybody's a real nigga until the bracelets come on and you facing that judge and they talking about numbers and letters. Everybody's then who? Like, most of these people never been challenged in their life, right? Most of these people never been in situations that forced them to be a real nigga. How you know how real you is if you have not experienced the extreme amount of pressure on your life?
But I've always said this, right? And this was somewhat proven once you saw the Young Thug interrogation video. And that is, if you are actively involved in crimes for 5 years or more, and you've never gone to jail, you've probably cooperated on some sort of level, whether it's having a conversation with the police off the record, having an interrogation video, something.
No.
So 5 years. 5 years, you're out doing crimes. The police are aware of who you are.
What you
and
mean
they've let that go.
They're aware of who you are.
Right.
There's some people that's outside doing their thing, getting money, and the police ain't on them. They not hot.
Okay.
They not hot. Don't make these blanket statements because they just what people say. Like, oh, if you've been outside for 10 years, you got to be snitching.
I'm not saying snitching in the traditional sense, but what I'm saying is you start to have relationships with the police where they look the other way for a reason. That's how I see it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
but,
you're absolutely wrong. I'm not buying that.
All I know is every single person that I've talked to that's done jail time, I've yet to talk to a single person who didn't get snitched on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Snitching is just part of the fabric of this world. Unfortunately.
It always been.
It always will be.
It always will be, and I agree with you on that.
You know? Like, for example, like Freeway Ricky Ross, right? One of the biggest drug dealers I've ever interviewed, right? Ran fucking the whole West Coast, was working with the CIA unknowingly, and, you know, the Iran-Contra thing, like literally like the equivalent of billions of dollars coming through. His own plug turned on him. And he got to prison and he was so angry. Like, I can't believe this guy. We made all this money together. We've been in each other's homes. We met each other's families. How could he snitch on me? And then one day he said, oh, snitching comes with drug dealing. Why am I so mad? Let me work on trying to get out now instead of being mad over the reality of this whole life.
First of all, I made the mistake of getting in the drug business. That was my first mistake. Mm-hmm. My next mistake was I went back into the drug business after I said I quit.
Yeah.
So what he did is he only did what people do in the drug business. They tell. They set you up. And for somebody to go into the drug business and not understand that, which I was in the drug business and didn't understand it, but I came to grips with it.
And he finally got out.
Right.
But
no, I get it.
Have you been snitched on?
Absolutely.
There you go.
It comes with life.
Comes with life. How many people snitched on you?
And I've had numerous different types of cases, bro.
Right.
So.
And was there a snitch in every case?
No. Sometimes I did stupid shit and got myself locked up, but I mean.
Okay, but multiple cases, there were snitches. Were you friends with some of these people who snitched on you? Somewhat?
Yeah, nah, not really, yeah.
Okay. But you were cool with them to a certain degree. You know what I mean? You wouldn't expect them to do that.
But what is your point? That snitching is cool? Like, what
I'm
is
not
your
saying
point?
snitching is cool. I'm just saying that it just comes with the territory. And like, for example, did you see the Young Thug interrogation video?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
I think that he thought that he was finessing. I think that he thought, see, a lot of people go in there and they think that they overly talking because they think that what they doing is finessing. And I think that that's where his mind was at. I think that he thought that he was finessing.
Yeah.
And that shit don't work.
No, I mean, people I've talked to, when we talked about that interview, they said, listen, he could have just not said nothing. He could have been like,
right, he could have not said nothing.
I don't want to talk.
A lot of times people go in there thinking that they're going to outsmart the police, thinking that they got the lingo that it takes to outsmart them.
Yeah, police have too many resources. You're one person against cameras, surveillance, cell phones.
He overly talked on and I think that was his mind state. His mind state was like he was like, flirting with the lady, and you know what I mean? I've seen niggas do that.
What'd you think about, and this is someone, a topic that I've kind of gone back and forth with different people. When you saw Young Thug and Lucci in the club together, and they were cool at that point, I personally thought that was a great thing.
Right.
But certain people felt that it was
absolutely.
some bullshit.
For certain people, the people that families of people that died, the families of people that is in prison.
Yeah, like Woody had a huge problem with that. He's like, man, we all went through all this shit for y'all to be cool in the club. Like, he was upset about it. You have a problem with that?
You damn right.
Okay, explain.
Why y'all ain't do this in the beginning? Why y'all ain't do this in the beginning? Why did we have to go through so much shit for y'all niggas to feel like y'all gonna put the money first and y'all gonna come together? Y'all could have been squashed the beef. Y'all could have been came together a long time ago.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's from depending on where you stand. And
right, because people are dead, people are doing life in prison over a beef.
Right.
But me personally, I'm like,
stop putting yourself in it.
Okay, well,
right.
I'm gonna put myself in it anyways.
Right.
Me personally, when I looked at that shit, I'm like, okay, so everyone gets out, people beat life sentences. So what? They go back to what they were doing before and end up right back in prison before? Is that the solution?
No.
That's not a solution.
For Thug and Lucci, I think that was a very strong showing of what unity could look like when niggas, put the differences behind. For people that was on the front lines, nah, they ain't gonna love it. Yeah. But it is what it is. Everybody ain't gonna love what you do anyway, But it's either that or the beef is forever, right? So.
Yeah, but this whole forever beef thing, man, like, that never has a good ending. It really doesn't. You either stay away from the person altogether, and that's fine, but if you're in the general vicinity of this person, you're all living in Atlanta, it's just gonna flare up again one day. Next thing you know, everyone's back in prison again. And now, the prosecutor's got even more evidence on you.
Yeah, but that's, but look, when you win it, bro. And when you committed to shit, that's what it is, When you got lifetime enemies or people that you got a lot of disdain for, or vice versa, is lifetime, you know? It's people that I'll never fuck with ever in life. It's nothing, we could never, ever be cool.
Speaking of prison, Boosie had this whole back and forth with Kodak Black, and he posted a list of no PC rappers. You were on that list, along with Young Thug, Young Boy,
I wasn't
T.I.
a rapper though, yet.
Well, still,
Yeah.
you are now, right?
Yeah.
It was you, Young Thug, Young Boy, T.I., Pooh Shiesty, C Murder, Suge Knight, BG, Gucci Mane, Lil Reese, and Tony Yayo.
That's the whole list?
Yeah, I think certain people, I think 5-Year Foreign chimed in and said, oh, I should be on that list too, or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I catch a major case and I go to prison, I'm going straight to PC. I am not going to General Pop. I'm way too high profile for that shit. Straight to PC.
PC Vlad.
PC Vlad, that's right. I would gladly take that on. I'm not trying
What's
to
the
show.
argument about though? What's the argument?
Well, I think the argument was that Kodak Black was in PC.
He was?
Yeah. And I think that Boosie was trying to, you know, as they were going back and forth, he was like, oh, you were in PC.
Voluntary PC? Like he volunteered to go there?
I don't know. I don't know the details. I mean, because how does PC work? Because is it voluntary or is it involuntary?
It can be both. If voluntary is like if you know, you don't want to be in regular population. You don't want to be, you know, amongst the, you know.
That's voluntary.
That's voluntary.
Yeah, but involuntary is when they purposely put you there.
Is if you get stabbed or cut or whatever, and they'll put you in involuntary for a little while, you know, for maybe 30 days, and then you go to another jail or whatever. But you can't help that.
I think the best comment out of the whole back and forth was when a comedian, Carlos Miller, you know who he is?
Yeah. I know Carlos. Yeah.
He said, it's 2026 and dudes are arguing over what part of the prison they were in. That to me just kind of just said it all. Dudes is arguing over what part of the prison they were in, and it turns into a whole worldwide rapper argument with everyone chiming in.
Really? I didn't catch all that.
Man, it went back and forth. Meek Mill chimed in. He said he walked every yard. Then Boosie apologized for leaving him off the list. Rollo joined the conversation. Turk joined the conversation. Everyone joined the conversation.
Rollo, would he put Rollo on the list too?
No. Well, Rollo said that Boosie was, you know, criticized the glorification of jail politics on social media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think Rollo was in PC. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really not that important, right?
You know, and Boosie, I guess Young Thug said that PC was a better way to go, and then Boosie responded, calling him a hypocrite for not checking PC himself.
Right.
You know,
right. So I understood Boosie's
he basically said that checking to PC makes you a coward.
Right.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Does that make you a coward?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got to be out there showing how tough you are in prison.
I mean, here's the thing though, Vlad. And if you are portraying a certain level of energy, if you are, you know, quote unquote, the tough guy or this guy or whatever, then why would you put yourself in a situation where it's like signing PC? I think that's what Boosie is saying, right? If these rappers, these super tough rappers, y'all talking about, you know, having sticks and having shooters and all the money in the world and the bodies you caught and the bodies you drop, and then you go to prison and then they go sign in PC.
There's no guns in prison.
Right, so that means you just
so you're not a shooter anymore.
So you just was a coward, really, to hiding behind guns.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, yeah. If you are not the same person in prison, if you're not willing to stand on your manhood the same way you standing on your manhood, hiding behind money, cars, jewelry, and guns, then yeah, you are a coward.
Yeah, I remember I got into this conversation. There was one security dude at the strip club I used to hang out in. He had done like 20 years. And I said, what's really the difference with, you know, like one of the big things you realize being in prison. He goes, well, this is the one thing that I realized right away. 99% of these so-called gangsters and tough guys that are out there shooting at people and they have a crew doing dirt for them and everything else like that, when they get to prison, the only thing you have is your hands or possibly a knife, where you have to be right there up on somebody. And he said that 99% of them turn very passive and they don't want that type of violence. They're just not prepared for that level of violence that's required in a prison environment. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they can shoot at someone.
I know both angles of that. I know what it felt like to be a young man in the streets playing with pistols, using them, and I know what it feels like to be a young man now confronted with having to be in prison. Mm-hmm. So I know that more than anybody.
Right. And were you able to adapt quickly to that environment, or did it take you a while?
No, I no. It's like, oh shit, this is razors. That's what we doing. The razors is the gun. All right, well, shorty, look, man, my visit is on Sunday. Yeah, this all you got to do is wrap them up in electric tape. Yeah, box of razors. Yeah, all right, I got to get with it.
How long were you locked up before your first violent incident? Was it quickly or did it take a while?
Quick, first fucking week.
Damn.
Yeah, but this is another era though. And you got to think, you got to remember, like, when I went to jail, I was 17. So the adolescence between 16 and 18.
You were in adult prison at 17?
Well, New York used to have something called adolescence. C-74. That was between 16 years old and 18 years old. When you turned 19 years old, you went to an adult. So the 16, 17, and 18 years olds were probably the most dangerous element on Rikers Island back in those days, because it was what they call razor tag. So razor tag was like, if you had beef with somebody, you cut them. It was a different time back then because you could have your clothes, you could have jewelry, the phones was free. So it was rough, right? So you had to be who you were.
You could have jewelry in Rikers?
Jewelry,
What was the craziest jewelry you saw in Rikers?
I've had jewelry in Rikers.
Really? But not like what you have now.
Oh no, but
that's what I'm saying. Do people have diamonds?
Diamonds wasn't, this wasn't the diamond era yet. But yeah, it was a ring. I remember having a ring I got from my crime. It was like a diamond R ring. I don't know, he probably took it from somebody. I was wearing it for a little while, but we was take chains and share them with each other. Yo, I'm going to court. Let me hold that chain. Like, let me hold that ring or whatever. So, yeah, like little chains and shit. But yeah, it was a couple big chains, Gucci links. That was the era back then. Yeah. But
okay,
you can have all that. Yeah. So you can have all that. So what I'm saying, I say all that to say, not to glorify that, but it made the element of danger a lot more. Meaning, now somebody would maybe want to take your clothes, your sneakers, your nice jacket, your chain, okay? Like, and the phone element was, if you not a somebody or you not capable of holding this shit down, nigga, you don't get to use the phone.
Ever.
Nah, you use it in the mornings maybe when the regular, like you didn't have like prime time. Prime time was like, I think, with like 7, 8, 9, 10, like, when people was home. You know what I'm saying? In the mornings, like.
Yeah, no one's home, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that useful.
Yeah, so the phones was free. So you got to think, like, kids was getting their neck broke. They was getting really hurt over phones, over jury, over having things. And this is pre-gangs.
Right, because Crips and Bloods weren't out there at that point?
Nah.
Yeah, just neighborhoods?
So you had to, it wasn't, yeah, so you had to, your neighborhoods definitely, Brooklyn is always just like, we Brooklyn, so we, that's like a crew in itself, but at the same time, ain't nobody just gonna fuck with you if you wasn't willing to go to the extent that the violence need to go to, like, you know what I mean?
One of the most disturbing things I've ever heard when it comes to jail stories was Chicago guys, and they all seem to have either seen this or know someone that was involved in this. Something called savage life. Do you know what this is?
What's that?
Okay, you ready for this one?
Talk to me.
Savage life, which seems to happen primarily in Chicago jails, is if you got beef with someone, you knock them out, you pull down their pants, and you spit in their ass.
Get your Vlad. Shut the fuck, Vlad.
I can show you videos of this. Dudes actually talking about seeing it.
Yeah, some of these niggas.
Rico Reckless.
But Glock dookies in that bitch. Motherfucker, pull up on your ass with a Glock dookie, rob you. Glock dookie in front of the grave, toothpaste. That bitch got shit in it, piss in it, nut in it, shaving cream, all type of shit. Motherfucker, walk up on your ass with that bitch. What? Move right now. Spray the bitch in your face.
Von Off 1700, Trenches News, like they all talk about this shit. There was a dude, listen, Von Off said there was a dude in there that had like teardrops for all the times he took dudes' asses, like on his face.
That shit was fucking my brain up. Like, that Glock dookie shit, I seen that shit happen like twice. And then I threw piss on the motherfucker because he said some shit I ain't like. But I don't even know why I did that shit. But hell yeah, I seen that shit. That shit weird.
Yo, listen,
it's a thing.
Listen, I hear you. And maybe,
hold on, let me just finish.
Man.
And the reason why they do that is because when you do that, that's considered a sexual assault, and they have to go to prison and register themselves as being raped because they have human substance inside of them.
Vlad.
This is really disgusting. I understand that.
Yeah, you could have left all that out. But listen.
Have you ever heard of this?
No. And
not a New York thing I see.
Maybe that's another state thing. I don't know. I just know a New York prison, and I've been in over 10 different prisons, some prisons twice. Anybody I seen get fucked wanted to get fucked. The people that involve themselves with that, that's what they want to do. So I've never seen nobody fucking, get beat up and raped. I don't like.
They don't have predators in New York prisons?
Yeah, I think they got predators, but I think that they prey on the people that's with that already. I've never heard it, and I mean, I've known. I was in Elmira twice. I was in Comstock, Clinton, Coxsackie, Auburn. Like, I've been in a lot of the major prisons. I've never.
Were you in Clinton when was Pac in Clinton?
Nah, I was in Elmira when he was in Clinton.
Oh, okay, got it.
But I was
same
in
prison, different times.
Yeah, I was there first.
Another thing I heard from Chicago dudes, something called the Glock dookie.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
I'm about to leave, man. I'm about to leave. I'm about to get the fuck up, man. The what?
The Glock dookie.
The Glock.
They basically make a gun using like feces and
Man,
shit
get the
and
fuck
vomit,
outta
and
here,
they
man.
basically shoot people with the shit.
Vlad.
All right, I'll get off
Vlad,
this. I'm just
Vlad.
saying, there's really some disgusting shit that happens
I don't
in these
know,
prisons.
man. Listen, like, so I did a lot of box time, and I know people throw shit. I don't know about they throw
That's
shit.
the equivalent of it.
Yeah,
but they
throw
actually
shit.
make some sort of contraption.
Yeah, I
with
don't play like that. I never play with my shit, bro, because like,
I know you gotta play with your shit to make it. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta take the shit, save it, do shit with it, hide it. Like, I never did that. I never threw shit on nobody. I never threw piss on nobody. And I was in the box for years and never did that. I never wanted to be that kind of person. So I never played like that.
Well, I did a tweet that went viral a few weeks ago about Rock Nation and Tory Lanez and so forth. Did you see this? This got pretty big.
Yeah, why the fuck you do that? Trolling, man.
You're one of the few people that didn't call me
I
that
knew
weekend.
it was true. Everybody, the guys were sending me this. Yo, this real. I'm like, yeah, you could.
Guys were sending you this.
Yeah, I knew it was cat because it was just too extra.
Right.
I knew it was. I said, this is what I said. I said either somebody hacked Vlad page or Vlad just fucking with everybody.
I'm fucking with everyone.
Yeah.
I admitted it the first day.
Yeah.
I got on stream with Sneeko. I said, I'm lying. Tory's lawyers called me and said, hey, we're just seeing what information you have. I said, I have no information. I'm making all this up. This is all sarcasm.
Why you do that?
Because I've always like gotten sick of these dumb conspiracy theories, how Jay-Z is some evil fucking demon who's controlling the whole world. Right, because remember after the Tory Lanez trial, when he got found guilty, his dad started screaming about Rock Nation and Jay-Z and everything else like that. And I ran into his dad at one point, man.
What I got to do with this?
What I got to do with it?
I don't know.
And people push this shit so hard. Oh yeah, Jay-Z paid off this and so I'm like, let me make the stupidest possible tweet I could possibly make. I said, yeah, Jay-Z's been paying me, to make up lies about Tory for Megan. He paid off the judge. He did a verse for the judge's grandson. At that point, I'm like, okay, everyone's gonna laugh this off.
Who did a verse?
That was in my tweet. I said, Jay-Z paid off the judge by doing a verse for the judge's grandson. Jay-Z verses don't really go below the radar. If there was a random Jay-Z verse with some artist you've never heard of, don't you think we all would have been like, what's this?
Yeah.
I say he paid off all the jury members. He paid off all of LAPD. He paid off the doctor to lie about the bullets. He paid the guy to stab Tory in prison. He paid off everyone.
Yeah, I just knew it was extra. I just looked at this shit.
And people believed it.
Yeah. But that tell you about people though?
They're stupid.
People are stupid. People follow whatever, right? And especially if the perception is crazy. Like, so if you're able to create a perception of yourself and sell it, people follow it, man. Because they looking to follow something anyway.
Yeah, listen, it's very easy. Like, to me, it was just, let me prove a point and show you how easy it is to go viral, but just creating a bunch of dumb shit that has no facts behind it. And even when I said, after a couple of days, I said, listen, this is starting to get a little out of hand. I'm making all this up. None of it is true. And I'm sure that by saying this, they're going to say that, oh, Jay-Z paid me or forced me to write this as well. And sure enough, I even did a poll. I said, did you believe I was telling the truth or not? 50% of the people still think I'm telling the truth. 50, even when I said I'm lying.
Not Vlad lying. They got to him.
They got to him.
They got to him. Yeah, it's them conspiracy theories. Yeah.
Rock Nation got me under pressure. You know what Rock Nation thought about my tweet?
What? Thought it was funny.
Nothing, because they don't give a shit. Because they know it was stupid. No one even, they're like, oh, Jay-Z gonna sue you. Jay-Z not gonna sue me.
Was anybody mad? Nobody was mad?
What do you mean?
Like anybody was mad at you for that?
I mean, maybe people from Tory's camp might have been a little mad.
Okay.
Like, I think his dad tried to call me, and I'm like, I don't really want to have this conversation right now with him. You know what I'm saying? I personally was, I think Rock Nation was happy with me. Because I think Rock Nation is,
They understood. It was just,
they understand what I was doing.
It was just too extra, so I already knew.
It was just too extra, man. And listen, unfortunately, and I even said in my follow-up tweet, I said, listen, at this point, I really do hope that Tory gets out early, because I feel like he's paid his debt to society. He's done like 2.5 years.
He got stabbed bad too.
Did you see that video?
Yeah, that was bad.
That was attempted murder. That right there, that didn't look like just a casual, like, oh, let me show you something.
I don't know what it was, but it just was bad. It was bad.
Do you know Tory at all?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you guys have a relationship?
Not that well, but I met him a few times.
Yeah, man, people always would say that I have some sort of grudge against Tory, because early on, I was saying that Tory's gonna go to prison over this. If he doesn't plead out, like, this is not gonna go well. You got the victim that's gonna take the stand and point the finger at you. And it's a woman, a popular woman at that. Like, this ain't gonna work out. And, oh, you a hater, Tory's getting out, she lying, she was never shot, it was this, it was that, whatever. And the thing is, what kind of started to trigger me is that at one point, right, like this video started to come out again. I think it was like that day, because like all the old shit was coming out, right? And there was a press conference that was like from like a year ago. Tory's lawyers, as they were filing their appeal, and by the way, the appeal has now been denied. They said Tory wasn't the shooter. Kelsey had the gun and shot it. Tory slapped the gun out of her arm. The gun fell to the ground and fired twice. Now listen, I'm not the biggest gun expert in the world, but I know that if you drop a gun, there's no way it could fire twice. It probably will never even fire once. But twice? Twice?
Yeah.
We've both handled guns enough to know that that's just a complete impossibility.
Maybe once, though. If
maybe once. Twice?
If the hammer is back.
Yeah, and maybe it hit something, but twice? How does the trigger get pulled twice?
Yeah.
It's just impossible. It's an impossible situation. And listen, unfortunately, Tory got his appeal denied again. And, you know, he's probably going to have to do, I mean, he's got 10 years. In the state, he might do 5 or 7 or something like that, depending on.
Yeah, I don't know how they compute their time.
But it's a horrible situation, man. It's a horrible situation. Everyone lost. No one's coming out ahead. You know, Megan still has to deal with all these, you know, rumors that she's lying and whatever else. He has to, you know, he's in a prison cell. When he gets out, he's getting deported back to Canada. He can never come back to America again.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
But that's right there. He right there in Toronto, so he could.
I mean, listen, he'll have a good life, but at the end of the day, you can't go into a foreign country, shoot one of the citizens of that country, and expect to be able to stay there afterwards.
Damn, I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, think about that. I mean, look at Shine. I think Shine finally was able to come back to America, but he had to go and become a politician and Belize and do all this shit and all this stuff. Well, remember, for years, he couldn't even set foot in America.
He made it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Papoose dropped a diss song, Agent Provocateur, against 50.
Right.
It's had like 1 million views. It's actually a strong diss song.
Right.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't really get mad at 50 with retaliating in a 50 type of way.
What are you talking? Yo, Vlad, this is what I'm saying. Like, you be off, though.
Why is that off?
Because he started the whole thing.
What do you mean?
50 started the whole thing. What are you talking about? Yes. You think Papoose came out of nowhere and did that?
What did he do to Papoose?
You don't remember? What was it? Christmas? No. January. It was right after. It was right after we did the freestyle. He posted Papoose and said some shit about him having handsome chicks or whatever. Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I don't remember.
So you thought Papoose just woke up one day and just dissed him?
Yes.
Come on, man.
But but that's not really out of the ordinary.
Bro. Come on.
I mean, listen, 5-year foreign is dissing 50 right now, right?
Stay specific.
Okay. I'm saying it happens.
Stay specific.
Okay.
That man did not wake up and start going at him. I don't know what happened, but 50 one day started posting him. And all he did was respond. But what happened was, I guess the music came. I guess it was a space of time from the time that 50 first started posting them to the time, and they started doing memes on each other for a little while, and then Papoose, started coming with the lyrics a little while later. But yeah, like, come on, man.
I mean, look, I remember 50 was going at Clarissa. Like, I guess there was like a video of her at like his Baton Rouge thing, and then she was like, "Oh, you flew me out there to be part of this." And he was like, "Yeah, you know something, my bad. I like Clarissa. I'm a fan," or something like that. And it seemed like it just kind of died down quickly. Mm-hmm. That's what I remember. So when I saw the Papoose thing, I'm like, well, where? It almost like he was jumping into the situation because of y'all.
No,
so I got it wrong.
Yeah, he had his own. Yeah, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. You got it absolutely wrong. But I think homie just gets a kick out of all this. I think it's all
50?
fun. Yeah, I just think it's all fun and games for him. And he enjoys poking at people. And he's just doing whatever the fuck he want to do. And then most niggas is just takes the high road, and probably taking the high road is probably what builds niggas the confidence to keep going.
I mean, look, I'm joking, but in all seriousness, when I look at that relationship, you got a girl who's in her 20s, right? Pap, I think, is in his 40s. This is probably her first love. She got his name tattooed on her. If that breakup happens badly and her being who she is.
Why the fuck are you promoting
I'm hoping it works out. But all I'm saying is, if it doesn't,
let them people
I'm a little
live,
worried about
man.
that situation,
Let
man.
them people
I'm a little worried about that
bro.
situation.
Nah, you shouldn't be worried about that. Like, cause it's 200 things that you should be worried about over that, right?
Man,
like,
listen,
let them people.
My job is to
worry about people's relationships.
Well, just talk about current events. This is what I do.
Them breaking up is not a current event.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's a fantasy of y'all. That's a fantasy of y'all.
It's not a fantasy. I do not want Clarissa Shields, okay?
Right.
Shout
so
out
what
to
the
Clarissa
fuck are we
Shields.
talking about?
Beautiful girl. You know, I'm not trying to take Clarissa from Papoose on any level.
Wishful thinking. Well,
it's
if
not
they
wishful
break
thinking.
up, like,
it's not. No, but when someone like 50's bringing up cheating rumors and everything else like that, a breakup is not totally out of the question, right? When shit comes up. If someone posted a picture of your girl in compromising situations, I think you might be like, shit, like, it'll get I'm sure it was an uncomfortable night that night.
Nah, I'm not gonna feel no way. I'm like, cause I probably, if it's a girl of mine that had an uncompromising, in an uncompromising position, she probably was a hoe to begin with.
Okay.
I like hoes, so what the fuck we talking about?
Well, speaking of girlfriends, there was a video that came out about you that listed your alleged girlfriends. It's like a whole big list. Do you want me to name them all? Because it's a really interesting list. I don't know how many of these are actually true or not, but you know what I'm talking about? You know the video?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so here are the people listed in this video. Lil' Kim, which I don't think you're going to deny. Foxy Brown is on this list.
Vlad.
Black China, Maggie Carey, Charlie Baltimore, Drea Michelle, Delicia Bryant, Olivia, Lala Anthony, Kay Michelle, Jennifer Williams, Dage Gabrielle, Crystal Renee, and Brittany Sims.
What we talking about, Vlad?
Are any of these actually true?
You want me to?
Don't name which ones. Are any of them true?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you publicly claim relationships?
No, I'm not publicly gonna speak on those things because
No, I'm not asking you to
not that
confirm
type of
or deny.
nigga, though, like,
but I feel like in general you don't,
but
which is a good way to be.
But here's the thing: all that's already on the internet. They just compiled that together.
Right.
If you look deep enough, you'll see all that anyway.
I mean, listen, like, we all go out to events and parties and we take pictures of women and men and whatever else, so people can come to conclusions.
No. I like girls, bro. Everybody knows that about me. I like women.
Yeah.
Women like me. So I've had a lot of action. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not here to blow up no kind of list or make it seem like list might be longer.
I'm sure it is longer. I'm sure these are not the only women. If all of these are true, I'm sure there's been more than this.
I'm not saying what's true. I'm not saying what's not true. I'm just saying, hey, it is what it is.
Well, you and I, in our last interview, I mentioned an issue I had with Dave East.
Stop.
You want to talk about this on camera?
Stop it. Yes, stop it.
We're talking about it?
Leave Dave East alone. Why you keep talking? Why you keep bringing it up in every interview? You brought it up to that nigga 6ix9ine, and 6ix9ine turned around and took that as his cue to disrespect us.
So you got Mr. Domestic Violence, fucking Love and Hip Hop Hall of Famer, fucking Jim Jones still on the block at 50. Grandfather shit. And then you got Mr. Scamming 30,000. Like, come on, that's a bad podcast.
The nigga even said that I'm like a Love and Hip Hop alumni. I said I was on Miami.
I was sticking up for you during that interview.
But what he said was what he said is not true. I was only on Love and Hip Hop one time.
I didn't know you were on Love and Hip Hop at all.
There you go. I was only on there one time in New York. He said I'm like the all-star. I was in Miami. I'm like, what?
All-star.
He said, I'm the alumni. Like,
okay,
bitch,
so,
I was on there one time, 7, 8 episodes. That's it.
All right. Well, since this is
leave Davies alone,
this will be
man.
the last time I talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is, the reason I'm going to talk about it now is because our last conversation triggered him to start DMing me.
Right.
Right. And originally, it seemed like the DMs were going in a positive direction because I hit you. I'm like, oh yeah, me and Dave, I think we worked it out, right? But then things went a different direction, right? So basically what happened was, from my point of view, I was working with a PR person named Rose. She'd been working for 20-something years. We booked a lot of stuff with her. She would reach out to me every so often to book Davies. On 3 different occasions,
you told me this, I know the story,
yes,
Vlad.
Right. So, no, I'm just going to, for people I haven't watched before.
No, they see it. It's in every interview.
There we go. Here we go
again.
right?
Every interview.
So on 3 different occasions, last minute, day of, she would say, oh, he wants to cancel, right? Which causes havoc in my company, makes me lose thousands of dollars, right? You have always been 100 with me. Whenever you say you're going to show up, you always show up. You know what I'm saying? I asked for basic, professionalism, and I think that's a fair ask. So what happened was, after I brought this up in the interview with you, he DM'd me. He said, hey, bro, I've never known that we had an interview scheduled. Like, I've never been aware of this. You've never scheduled it through me. You never scheduled it through anyone that works for me. I was never aware of this. I wouldn't just cancel on you. I have no idea about this. All right, okay, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Maybe you didn't know. So then I go back to the PR person and I send her the DMs. And I'm like, well, what about, and I asked Davies, I said, what about Rose? Yeah, I know her, but she doesn't work for me. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna leave it at that. But then I went back to Rose and I said, hey, and I sent her the DMs. She sent me receipts. On this occasion, it was scheduled. His friends got in his ear and he said, no, I don't want to do it. On this occasion, this happened and people start talking to him and once again, he canceled. And on this occasion, this is what happened. We're about to do it and then blah, blah, blah. And she's sending me receipts to all this. And when I circled back with him, I said, hey, listen, I talked to Rose and this is what she said. And his response was, well, why don't y'all two do an interview together then? And I'm like, Dave, listen, we've all been in situations where people have gotten in our ears and we've been influenced by people around us and made, possibly not the right decisions. I've done this myself. It's cool to admit to this and we could just keep it moving. And he's like, no, I'm not admitting to nothing.
So what's the issue now, Vlad? Because it's like you can't let it go. At this point, you should just let it go.
Well, I'm letting it go now. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it. It just bothered me that a person, man to man.
But hold on, I'll let you talk.
Go ahead.
You talk for 45 fucking minutes. Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
No Davies slander at all.
Okay.
Okay? None. But let it go because, listen, everybody is not going to click. No matter what the situation is, you said this, he said, it don't matter. If somebody ain't gonna fuck with you, fuck it.
Okay.
Let it go. Let it go. It's like you got people that think I'm whack. I'm this, I'm that. I fuck with who fuck with me. That's the only thing you can ask for, bro. So leave it alone, man. Put that shit to bed. It's other shit you got going on, man. Dead it, man.
I'm deading it.
Yeah.
I'm deading it. But I felt that I should mention it because
the
conversation got triggered from our last interview.
I understand.
I know that's your man. I don't expect you to take my side of this situation.
No, but it ain't about no side. It's not about no side. It's about letting shit go.
Okay. Well, I'm letting it go. Dave, let it go. I'm not going to mention it again. This will be the last time I mention it.
Let it go.
Unless someone asks me, I'm not going to bring it up
ain't
again.
Nobody going to ask you. You the only one bothered by it. Nobody going to fucking ask you. Nobody's going to ask you, Vlad. The fuck?
There's been a bunch of celebrity fights recently.
Yeah.
Blueface just lost to Chibu.
Yeah.
He got knocked out of the ring.
Chibu don't have a punch combination.
He's strong. Oh! That's not even the end. Yo, that's crazy.
That's a couple push.
Oh, he's tight. Oh, he's tight.
Yeah,
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What'd you think?
It's boxing, man. It is what it is. It happens, though, man.
You box?
I get a little bit, but listen, I respect him for even getting in the ring, man. Like, Like boxing is not easy. It's not, you know, it's not just like fighting in the street and shit like that. So he got a lot of heart, man, and I respect him even getting in there. And then he, you know, he was going like, you know, you got to train. It's a conditioning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Clarissa even chimed in because he's saying he got robbed, but no, I think he legitimately lost. I think the other dude just had the better.
I didn't watch the whole fight.
I watched most of it, and it's like, no, man, listen, it's not street fighting. It's not. And listen, I just interviewed Blueface not too long ago. He was talking about all these jail fights and everything else like that. No one's calling him soft. No one's saying he's not into fights, but being in a ring is different.
It's different.
It's different. And you know, Clarissa even said like, yo, a lot of these like rappers who want to box, they should really put in 6 months.
Yeah, you need at least 6 months. And that's the bare minimum of like complete training though.
Yeah, I agree. Like
listen, conditioning your body, like your diet, your cardio, your weight, like everything. You gotta really change your body, and you gotta really, really commit to doing that. You know, that's not something you do. You know, you don't set up a fight and be like, yo, next month I'm fighting.
Yeah,
like,
no.
What?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was in Miami, and I was actually one of the people that walked Adam 22 into the ring with Jason Love. And, like, Adam is my friend.
They just getting checks at this point, because that was just comedy.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad for Adam.
He didn't look real to me, though. Looked like he
did not throw one punch.
Right.
He didn't throw a single punch.
It was a check, though. Like, Adam is...
Off the record, I'll tell you how much he got. He got a nice check for it.
This is what I'm saying. Like this is
but
about some money.
I wouldn't take that check.
You wouldn't take it?
No.
They probably talked about it. It was like, yo, look, you fucked my wife a couple times already. Like, it's all, like, let's make the money. Like, don't hurt me, nigga. Like, that's probably what
he hurt him.
He wasn't. He hurt him how?
I mean, it was a TKO. I mean, he couldn't get back up.
He was acting, man. I don't think he...
Well, no, listen, he wasn't put in the hospital, but I was there. I saw those punches. I was right there ringside. I saw those punches, man. It was... And look, Adam even said it. He said, you know, when he was training, you know, like, his trainer was teaching him how to block, and, you know, he thought he had his block pretty good, and the first punch, the blocks just went in.
He forget all
there
that.
was no block anymore.
Everything you learn.
And suddenly you got a dude that's hitting you harder than your trainer's ever hit you, and now you're dealing with something you're not ready for. It was, I felt bad, bro. I felt bad seeing it. And, you know, people talk about having me do some sort of celebrity shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. At 52, going on 53 this year, I'm not getting in the ring with nobody. I'm good. I'm good. Has anyone ever offered you a celebrity boxing match?
Nah, not no real celebrity boxing match. Nah, not at all. Nah.
What do you think about Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2?
At this point, I mean, I guess it's, you know, you gotta feed the beast, man. Like, it's like, you gotta get money, I guess. This is what it is, right?
I mean, look, when I was in Miami, I was at this guy's house. It was this big mansion, and he had a couple of jewelers, and there was this one OG jeweler that was there, like this old dude that basically was supplying all the other jewelers, right? And he told me, I don't know if it's true, but he's like, Mayweather is going broke based on his spending. And I remember we had Nicholas Irving on the show, and I guess he did some bodyguard work for Mayweather. And he said he's seen Mayweather spend like $500,000, $1 million a day sometimes.
Like, what though?
Flying private everywhere, going on massive shopping sprees, having girls all over the place that he's supporting, like having multiple mansions.
God damn.
Yo, man. Mayweather, have you ever seen Mayweather fly a commercial ever in life? Have you ever seen Mayweather at an airport? I have not. I've seen his security at an on a plane with me in first class. His security flies first class.
Damn.
I don't know if it's true.
I read an article that talked about, that kind of really gave real detail to what his issues are, like, you know, being in debt and stuff like that. And, man, like, you know, when you getting the money is one thing, keeping it is another.
Yeah, you have to have good investments.
Right.
And you have to live below your means so you can keep adding to those investments. And they have to be solid investments. They can't just be these, you know, these shot in the dark, startup companies and so forth, you have to really learn how to grow your money. If it wasn't for stock investing, I would not be where I am right now. It completely and totally changed my life. But I've never had insane spending. I've never.
But that's probably what it is. It's not the. It's probably the spending though. Like I guess. So I guess now he's boxing for real now, right? He's coming back to box for real.
I think the Pacquiao fight is an actual sanctioned event.
Right.
So he's actually risking losing his perfect record.
Right. So the fight with Tyson is just like a.
I don't know if that's happening now. I think that's off the table. I think the Pacquiao fight has replaced that.
Really?
I think so. I do not want to see that Tyson Mayweather fight.
Yeah,
I do not want to see that shit.
Yeah.
And that right there is not, I think regardless, that can't be a real event because
that's an exhibition.
Yeah, because the weight classes. Yeah, the weight classes are different, right? But Pacquiao, they're in the same weight class. But I don't know. I don't want to see that fight. Do you?
You don't see Pacquiao?
I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it, but do you really want to see
Pacquiao and Mayweather?
Two at their age? At their age?
When you got it, you got it. Listen, I think they still got something.
They got something, man. But
I don't think they I'd rather see that than him and Tyson. It was a fight that was an exhibition fight that was supposed to happen. I think it was Jake Paul and Gervonta. Like Gervonta.
No, yeah, that got canceled and that got replaced with what's his name? Who's the one that broke his jaw?
Yeah, from London.
It's Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
No, man, look, I think like you and I come from an era where every year you'd have these epic, incredible fights, right? Like, remember when Tyson was in his prime and he fought 1 or 2 times a year and every fight was just monumental? Sugar Ray Leonard and so forth. The last major fight was Bud Crawford and Canelo. Remember how excited we all were for that? Like, it was like, this is going to be the fight.
Different era, man.
Now, it's all like clown shows. It's all
but a lot of those fights that, like the Jake Paul, those are exhibitions. Those are not like real boxing events.
Yeah, but they've become the replacement for the real fights.
We in a different society though, Vlad. Like the society that we live in now is a more, overly stimulated, information nonstop. We want to see the blood. We want to see the fighting. Reality. The gossip. It's just a lot of shit going on. So it's a different time. Yeah, of course they want to watch bullshit.
Would you take an ass beating like Jake Paul took for $100 million?
Yeah, probably would.
Jaw broke, multiple teeth.
Damn.
Lost permanently.
Damn. I don't know if
he lost multiple teeth, jaw broke in 2 places.
Jesus.
Did you see that fight?
Yeah, I watched that.
Oh my God.
I don't know why he was running around like that. Like he was confusing me. I wasn't sure if it was real or not.
Oh, that was real.
Yeah,
you don't take funny. Ass whooping like that for fun. Now, if he would have won, then we would have said it was fake.
I didn't see him win it though.
Well, what's funny is like right before the fight, I'd interviewed this dude who put me on the phone with Lennox Lewis for the first time, right? And Lennox actually was in Miami where they had the fight? He was actually there, like around like all the training camps and everything. And he was like, yo, listen, this fight with Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua is real. That's not going to be fixed. But he said that the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight was definitely fixed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do.
No, I mean, I understand that you heard certain things. I heard certain things also. But you feel that it was fake. Why?
Just because I heard it was a clause about nobody can't knock him out. And the way like Tyson was like he was pulling his punches, like, yeah, it just looked, it was a time when Tyson like kind of like, it just looked like, it's about money at this point, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because I remember I interviewed Michael Jai White about this, like right afterwards.
It's like, as a person who's done like countless hours of choreography and fight scene stuff, it is very difficult. There are hundreds of punches thrown. So, somebody could react to the wrong punch.
Not for Tyson, actually. He didn't have hundreds of punches.
Well, combined.
Right.
I remember seeing something where, of course, it's a neophyte who doesn't know anything about fighting. I saw some clip where Tyson was starting a punch.
Yeah.
And abandoned it. But as soon as he did this, Jake was already kind of moving. And so Tyson abandoned the punch. And they claim that was Tyson. Oh, he could have landed a knockout blow right there. No. He saw that he was already moving. So if the guy's already moving and I continue with that punch, it ain't gonna hit him. He's gonna hit me back. And so it's just like you're gonna have people saying something's fixed because they grew up. What did they grow up on? Looking at movies.
And if you think about it, right, Michael, for 30 years at this point, has been fighting on camera professionally at the highest levels, right? Major motion pictures. He knows how to fake punch and everything else like that. He said he watched that whole fight. He said, nah, none of that was fake. You can't pull that off in real time the way they say that Tyson was
I'm saying
doing.
they probably fighting, but they restraining from going all the way. Restraining themselves,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think personally, Tyson looked like shit coming into the ring. He stumbled. Remember, he wasn't even wearing pants in the locker room.
Oh,
you don't remember that part? He was getting interviewed. He turned around, and his ass was just out. It was like, what the fuck? What is going on here? No, this is the real shit. This is the real shit. And then coming into the ring, he stumbled. Remember? Walking in, he stumbled. Yeah, man. Tyson. And remember, he talked about how he had some sort of huge medical situation that happened a few months before the fight and blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, look, I've interviewed Tyson. Tyson's definitely scary in person. Tyson got mad at me in the middle of the interview, and I was actually scared for about a minute or two, right? Because I think Tyson, do you know about this?
About what?
About what I'm talking about right now? Nah. Yeah, so I'm talking, so Zab Judah was doing the interview, right? And it was at Mike's boxing gym in LA. So we were actually in his ring, in his boxing ring at his gym doing the interviews, with chairs inside and cameras. So Zab Judah did most of the interview, but I'm like, hey, Mike, do you mind if I ask a couple questions? He's like, yeah, sure, come on. Because he was already familiar with me and everything else like that, right? Because he was talking about all these street guys, like, oh, yo, Vlad, why'd you interview this dude? Yeah, I knew this dude. I grew up with him, blah, blah, blah. So there's already a conversation about some of the street guys that Mike was fucking with. So when I sat down with him, I said, hey, Mike, explain to me, you're worth $300 million at the time. And what was your attraction to these street guys that you kick it with, like the Von Zips and everything else like that? And Mike was like, what do you mean attracted? It seems like you've always been attracted to the guys that are still in the streets to a certain degree. Do you think that's a fair statement?
You think I'm attracted to them?
Well, not attracted to them, but I mean, you like having them around. You're friends with them and you
think
maintain
I like having them around?
I'm just asking.
You think I'm friends? What do you think? You think I like having them around?
You just spoke nicely about Zip, so I just thought.
Yeah, you know who these guys are? When you talk, what do you say about me? I'm this big, whatever I am, right? But know who those guys are? Those are the guys that when I'm, whoever I am is a nobody, those are the guys that live in the same building with me. They give my mother salt or sugar if they need, or milk. They're the same guys.
Yeah. I said, shit. I think Mike just thought I called him gay. Now keep in mind, I'm in the ring with him. I'm in the ring with him as this is happening.
About to get knocked
out. My security is over there. My security's not gonna get to me in time.
You was about to be asleep.
Yo, if Tyson lunged at me,
over.
It'd be over.
It was over.
So the next couple of minutes I'm spending trying to talk my way out of this situation until he finally got it. So, Tyson's scary like that, man. Like Tyson, growing up, especially you from Brooklyn, this is the baddest man in the world. Come in, knock you out in 30 seconds.
Love Tyson.
We all love Tyson. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't personally think that he threw it, but I don't know, man. It was a huge check. He's proven what he needs to prove.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah. A couple more questions before I let you go. You had this clip from your podcast where you're talking about whispering to a guy.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I get into a mode with a nigga and I whisper to the nigga and say, tonight I want to see you use that gun.
You whisper that? The fuck is?
Paul, yo, man,
can we get a timeout? This is.
We need a commercial break. We need a commercial break.
That's the craziest.
That's one of the craziest commercials I ever heard in my
Put
life.
the counter on.
Gun is a pause.
30-second commercial break.
I want to see you use that gun tonight. It's commercial break worthy.
That kind of went viral. Say again what you would whisper to him.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
What people failing to realize, right? And with the pause society that we live in now, I get it. It's funny. It is funny. And when I looked at it, I laughed like everybody else. I reposted. I'm laughing with you. You laughing at me. I'm laughing at me. It's funny.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? What I was talking about was having armed security.
Okay.
Because if you look at the whole conversation.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole conversation.
There you go.
Explain.
So a lot of times I've been in situations where these guys is coming around, and sometimes they've done things that give me like groupie vibes.
Explain.
Every time I turn around, they want to take pictures with rappers.
Okay.
Right? They.
Oh, the security.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
Security.
Yeah, I've had security like that.
Right.
Lame as hell. Yeah.
So sometimes like, so what I was saying was like, sometimes like when I'm out, I'm in that mode, I'm you know what I mean? What I'm telling him, I have to whisper because I'm telling him that I want to see you do something, nigga.
You said, tonight I want to see you use that gun. That's what you said.
Absolutely, but understand what I'm saying.
Why
though.
would he use that gun though?
In an altercation.
But there was no altercation.
Right, but I wanna because you got me thinking that you around only for the moment. I wanna almost see something happen. Right now, this is hypothetical, right? So it's like, nigga, I used to have a security. Used to always be like pulling his gun out. I'm like, yo, nigga, yo.
Wait. I've had security.
We're not talking about you, Vlad.
As...
We're not talking about you, Vlad. Listen to the story. We're not talking about you. Listen to the story. Listen. As security, used to pull out his gun all the time. I used to be like, nigga, you gonna use that. I want to see you use that because you keep doing this. You're gonna use it. Now, you may not relate to what I'm talking about, but that's what I was talking about, right? So when I'm having conversations, I'm not having conversations thinking about nothing else. I'm talking about violence, right? Okay. So whether it was right or wrong, this is what I was saying hypothetically, like, nigga, you keep fucking pulling out the gun, not doing nothing, fucking taking pictures with rappers. Let's get into something and see you have a reason to see you.
Okay. So without getting into specifics, why would pay security pull out a gun unless and not shoot it and put it back in their holster? Like why?
You got assholes.
And I'm thinking about all the security I've hired. I would never want someone around me like that.
Don't think about you, right? Separate you from the interview. Listen, you got all kinds of weirdos and assholes in the world, right? So I had a guy that, used to have an AR-15, and he just was like, yo, yeah, man, he was like, nigga.
He would take an AR-15 with him for security jobs?
Yeah, listen. Fucking AR, this guy was nuts, but he's always talking about
that kind of security.
He always talking about what he would do and what he would do. Nigga, do something then. Let me see you do something.
Yeah, that's the wrong kind of security, man. You don't want that.
That's what the whole pause moment was about. That's what we was talking about. We wasn't.
I thought it almost sounded like an altercation with someone when you're telling the person, yeah, I want to see you. You think you're tough, I want to see you use that gun.
No, I'm saying you gonna have a reason, because you keep fucking off. Yeah. So that was what that was about.
And look, if you look at, for example, the situation where Takeoff lost his life, if you watch the video, you'll see that the security they have with them, it was a dude with dreadlocks. As the argument started over the dice game, you saw their security pull out the gun. And listen, I wasn't there, but based on what I saw, to me, that was the prequel to what started to happen afterwards.
So you saying it's his fault?
Partially, yes. 100%. 100%. You pull out your gun,
So
what do you think everyone else is gonna do?
So him pulling out the gun is what made everybody else start shooting?
I think him pulling out his gun escalated that situation way beyond where it should be. It was just an argument over a damn dice game, right? At the point where you pull out your gun and someone else has a gun, well, now I got to worry about this guy with a gun. My thing is, listen, I have guns, right? I've always been in the mind state that at the point that I pull my gun out, I have to shoot it, and I have to try to kill the person.
You ever used it?
Never.
You never used the gun?
Nope, just at a range.
Just at a range.
Just at a range.
Never.
I'm being honest. Yeah, I've never shot anybody. I've never shot at anybody.
Never.
But I have registered guns also. I'm not. These aren't illegal guns. These are registered guns.
So you don't know what it feels like to shoot somebody?
I do not. But I've had a situation. I've talked about this lots of times where I had a home invasion, where someone jumped in through the window when I was with this girl, and without going into details, I thought I'd killed him that night. I walked out of that room sure that he was dead. That's
you shot at him?
No, it wasn't shooting. It was violence.
Okay.
Just pure violence. You know, think about it. Someone jumps in through a window in the middle of the night and they're saying they're going to kill you. You go into a different zone. So walking out of that room, I'm like, there's a dead body in that room. Luckily, he survived. Because he was fucked up, you know, but he survived. From that point on, I remember being outside with the police, you know, because the girl had called the police showed up, you know, whatever else. I had blood all over me, whatever else. I explained the situation to them. They said, okay, self-defense and so forth. But until they went into the house and found his body still breathing, for about 2 hours, I thought, this is what it feels like to kill somebody, and I'm okay with it. Because it was self-defense. It's not like I'm out there stalking people. I'm like, I'm okay with killing someone if they try to kill me.
Fucking right.
Right? And that changed me as a person forever. Because after that, I no longer was afraid of that type of situation. Because I feel like if my back is against the wall, I'll do whatever it takes to walk out of there.
Right.
So I've always been under the impression with me that if I have a gun, I have to use, like if I pull it out, there is no shooting in the air, there is no waving it around. I have, at the point that I pull it out, I have to try to kill you. I don't see a middle ground in this. That's me. That's me. So when I see people pulling out guns to look tough or whatever else, I always feel that's the worst possible fucking idea. Do you disagree with me?
What?
With what I'm saying right now?
I mean, at what part? I don't.
Do you feel that pulling out a gun?
I've used firearms in my life, man.
I know.
I'm not proud of it. I come from a violent background. I've done things, but and I've done things thinking it was for the right reason. It was all really for the wrong reasons. I'm not really proud of it. I know what extreme violence looks like on both ends. So I understand when you say if you pull it out, you got to use it and all that. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be putting yourself in a situation to be pulling out a gun if you had intentions of doing that. You know what I mean? But, and now as a grown man, I just think you just have less, the chances of that happening is less likely, unlikely.
Yeah, I just feel that at the point that I pull out my gun, I give everyone else the green light to kill me. And be justified with it. You see what I'm saying? At the point that I pull out my gun and they could get to theirs before I get to pull the trigger and they have a gun.
Right, you shouldn't be doing that.
I feel at that point, my life is likely to be over.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Which is why I would never do it unless I'm ready to kill that person.
Yeah, you shouldn't do
it. And
that.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with killing somebody if there is...
Vlad the killer.
No, man, I've never killed anybody. I've never shot anybody. But I've been in some violent situations. You know? And I'll tell you more details about it off camera. But, I mean, there's paperwork behind it. You know? Right. You can look it up. It happened in Culver City, California, you know, in the early 2000s. This is a real thing. I'm not, you know... But I think that what I realized, like, I don't think I'd be able to function doing what I do without that situation, because I think before that happened, I had a certain level of fear of confrontation, fear of violence, fear of getting into it with people, fear of intimidation, whatever else. These days, I just kind of don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Can't live in fear, bro.
No, I'm not a tough guy.
Right.
I don't want to get into, like, my goal is to never get into another fist fight for the rest of my life, right?
Right.
But I'm also not worried about someone talking tough or threatening me or telling me what I can and can't do. Because, you know, extortion is very common in this business. You know what I mean? Various forms of it.
Is it?
Yeah, man. Someone doesn't want something posted, they call you up and start threatening you and everything else like that. Man, come on.
I don't know.
You know?
I've never been in that situation.
I mean, people may not do that to you, but like
I didn't know people do that. Like,
I mean, shit. Me and Wack got into it over that. Like, you know, he got mad over something posted, and I'm like, fuck it. I guess we ops now. And for 10 years, we were enemies until we got on the phone and laughed it off. You know, but I wasn't like scared. I wasn't like, oh, I'm scared of Wack. It's like, all right. I told my security, yo, this might happen. We got to be ready for it. And that's that.
Right.
That's what it is, Maino.
Hey.
And shout out your podcast again.
You know what it is. Let's rap about it, man. You know what I mean? The algorithm, you know?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Let's
Till next
get it.
time.
Let's
Peace.
get it.